Hello everybody, this one will be the next part of you need to read one Unforgettable Walt Disney by Walt Disney. So here I discuss about the further storyline. In the next paragraph I just discuss the lines of the story. So the line is, as far back as I can remember, Walt was drawing. The first money he ever made from was a nickel for a sketch of neighbor's horse. You know, he got a nickel from a sketch of neighbor's horse, and this one will be the first money what Walt made. This described by his brother. His brother memorized all the stories of his childhood and whatever the going on. He studied cartooning in Chicago and then started a little animated company in Kansas City that flopped. He started the company, but that flopped. I was in Los Angeles when Walt was just 21, and he just decided to try his luck in Hollywood. I meet him at the station where Walt came with a suitcase, a cheap suitcase in which all his belongings we borrow $500 from an uncle, and Walt started a cartoon series called Alice in Cartoonland. So, you know, I told you previously that always work, just like Walt, always work. If one time he not get success, not to worry, he just go for the next time, and this will be the happen with in the field of Walt. It was tough going when Walt did all the animation, and I, with my old-fashioned camera, cranked the animation. But it did not much splash, and Alice in Cartoonland not get success. So Walt started a new series. Surprising. One failure, another failure, again is ready to start a new series, and that one is Oswald the Rabbit, and this time Oswald did better. But what is happening next? Oswald becomes successful, but what is happening when Walt went to our New York distributor for more money? He ran into trouble. Now, you know, in any cartoon or in any movie, you need distributors. And this time, what is happening? What kind of deal did you make, kid? I ask. Because I am just surprising that how Walt go through in this way and complete his deal. You know, we haven't got a deal. Walt admitted the distributor, copywriter, Oswald, and he is taking over the series himself. Strangely, Walt did not seem downhearted, enthused. It was about, you know, it was to, we just start a new series. He enthused. It's about a mouse, and this time we all own the mouse. So at this level, one failure, another failure, and again, the next stage, what is happening? Not to worry, we just go through the next, and this time it will be our own. So this is what the beginning of Mickey Mouse, and rest is a history. So when we know about Mickey, so the rest is the history. Walt's mouse, Mickey, celebrated his 40th birthday in 1968, and happy 40th it was. A quarter of a billion people saw a Disney movie in 1968. 100 million watched, not 10 million, 100 million watched a Disney TV show. Nearly a billion read a Disney book or magazine, and almost 10 million visited Disneyland, and Mickey, as Walt used to say, started it all. So these all things started with Mickey. Mickey was the first successful product of Walt's matchless imagination. Before of this, he worked hard, he tried so many things, but it's not possible for him. So it was the first successful product. And it was ability that he could turn on for many occasions, large or small. Once when my son, Raw Edward, has a measles, Walt come and told him a story. It was a story of Pinocchio, which he was making at that time. And he just tell the storyline in such a way, you just raising his eyebrows and expressing on his face different types of expressions. So when my son watched the actual story, the listen also, and after that when Walt prepared that story and when he watched the cartoon series, he is not as much interested as he told us that there is no interest, as when Walt tell us the story, it's better than that we watch. Okay, so here what is way, the story writer is Walt, the storyteller is Walt. So whenever he tell a story, it's really a perfect story, a perfect essence which we get only due to Walt's imagination, his creativeness and his hard works. So it's only the product of Walt's imagination, and this time, it's happening. Whenever we think that it's just a fun and to make people laugh, it's an easy. But for Walt, it's a difficult task to make people laugh, and for that he always sit in a gloomy way and every time think and thought and collect the ideas, and after that when he is prepared fully, then he called to all the crew members, and once what is happening that he told all the stories, and then somebody, some of them objectional to that, maybe we want to change here, then what Walt say? I need a rubber stamp that say yes, Walt. And at that time, after he complete his task, then he asked to projectionist that what about your view? Then projectionist say that I need some change. At that time Walt also informed you that stick to your camera. Miss Walt, whatever the decision is going on, it's about Walt. Whatever the ideas, it's about Walt. So Walt created everything and all the members just follow him, and this is the way he need to create the storyline. It is, and I think for a successful person, if you have mind, you need to work with your own mind. Don't go through and don't follow other person's mind. So it will create distraction. And if you want to create construction, then you just follow your ideas, your views. It's only happen then you reach at the top, because you go through in your way. In every point, you just go through in that way. So it's happening that once upon a time in a story club of this Mickey Mouse club, the pointer tell the story how to ride a bicycle, and he take a pointer in his hand, and then he say, now you have your own bicycle. At that moment Walt stopped him and told that not your bicycle, say two bicycle, because every kid isn't lucky that he has or he has his own bicycle. So you just say to a bicycle. In that way, he just changed the lines. He tried to understand all the feelings to all the communities, and that's why his story is not for any particular community. It's for all, and this is the important thing of Walt's story. Now about Disney, the story of Disneyland, perhaps better than anything else, illustrate Walt's vision and his stubborn determination to realize an idea he believed in. For years, Walt had quietly nursed the dream in himself. He never explained this dream. It was a potpourri of all the ideas conjured up by his fertile imagination, but the idea of sinking millions of dollars into an amusement park, even Walt's kind of amusement park, seemed so preposterous that he wouldn't mention it to anyone. He just quietly began planning. As usual, though he infused all of us with his own enthusiasm, when he finally told us about the project, someone asked Walt, how should the Disneyland look like? Quick was the answer, it was looked like nothing else on this earth. Predictably, we had trouble raising money, but Disneyland did open in July 1955. Since that first day, millions of people have flocked to see the unique creation of Walt's imagination. Like a kid with a new toy, Walt's wander in his Disneyland, staring happily as any tourist. And this is what happening, And still, after reaching at this level of success never changed him. He remained the simplest of man. He hated parties, and his idea of a night out was a burger and chili at some little restaurant. His only extravagance was a miniature railroad that ran around the grounds of his home. And this was his dream. What do you do with all your money? A friend once asked. After reaching at this level of success, people think that, oh, now I am just like a god. So not need to work, but no, this is Walt. So what was his answer? I fertile that field with it. Disneyland is a field for him, and which he fertile it. He spent all his money and backed the company almost as fast as it came in. So this is possible only with the Walt. Being solvent for the first time since he started in the business, gave Walt a chance to develop other ideas. These included the development of Mandelkind, an alpine-like valley high in Saria Mountain, a California Institute of Art for which he donated the land and several $1 million, and most ambitious of all, $100 million Disney World and City of Tomorrow in Florida. So, tragically, in the midst of all these activity, Walt was stricken with his fatal illness. I heard him refer to this cruel blow only once. Whatever it is I have caught, he told me, don't get it. I visited him in the hospital the night before he died. Although desperately ill, he was as full of plans and for the future he had been all his life. Walt used to say that Disneyland would never be finished, and it never will. I like to think too that Walt Disney's influence will never be finished, that through his creation, future generation will continue to celebrate what he once described as that precious, ageless something in every human being, which make us play with a child's toy and laugh at silly things and sing in a bathtub and dream. Okay, so this is about Walt Disney. I just go through the lines of the story so we get perfect ideas, perfect imaginations, what Walt go through and what about his life. Here I just end my chapter because according to our syllabus, here I just stop. Although if I discuss about Walt, it's too long, his work, so many different works and then so many other ideas, but I will discuss this later in some of my another video. Here I just stop, and so just try to understand this chapter. I think that it will be helpful to you. So listen this video, understand it, and thanks a lot for watching my video. And subscribe my channel, YouTube channel, so whenever I prepare any new video, you got the message of that video. So bye everyone. With this I just end my video.